Welcome back to Ground Rules, the place where South African agriculture comes to life through the stories behind the numbers. Every week, we unpack the latest livestock market, helping producers, traders, and everyone who is passionate about agriculture understand not just what prices are doing, however, why they are moving in which direction. This week, we are seeing some interesting shifts. The Weaner calves continue to surprise us with renewed strength, while the sheep, pork markets are beginning to show some signs of seasonal pressure. Goat prices remain exceptionally firm. Poultry has bounced back, and the feed market could be approaching another seasonal turning point. So let's unpack what all of this means. Our Weaner calves, the standout performer. The national average price for Weaner calves weighing between 200 and 250 kilograms, reaching 47 Rand 40 cents per kilogram. The top 40% of sales averaged 49 Rand 87 cents, while the top 10% fetched an impressive 53 Rand 51 cents per kilo. Looking across the provinces, the Free State averaged 48 Rand 90 cents, Northern Cape came in at 47 Rand 68 cents, the Northwest averaged 47 Rand 70 per kilogram. And what's particularly interesting this year is that calf prices never experienced its usual decline during the May and June weaning season. Our current forecasts suggest that prices could remain firm throughout the rest of July before easing slightly during August and possibly into early September. But do not expect major correction, as historically, the feedlots begin buying aggressively again as they prepare for the festive season, which typically provides that fresh support from around October. So the ground rules takeaway from here is that a limited short-term pullback may be coming, but stronger prices could return later in the year. Now, looking into our beef, the national A2, A3 beef carcass price remained largely unchanged this week at 67 Rand 83 cents per kilogram, while the C-grade beef edged higher to 58 Rand 50 per kilogram. At this stage, there doesn't appear to be enough market momentum to justify significantly higher beef prices. For now, expect the market to trade around the current levels or perhaps soften slightly over the coming weeks. Moving over to lamb, the lamb market may have reached an important turning point. We have seen store lamb prices declining 1% this week to 56 Rand 52 cents per kilogram. Provincially, the averages were as follows. In the Free State, we have seen 60 Rand 77 cents. In the Northern Cape, 47 Rand 94 cents. In the Eastern Cape, 54 Rand 50. The Western Cape, 57 Rand 25 cents per kilogram. Heavier slaughter lambs weighing more than 32 kilograms averaged at 52 Rand 82 cents per kilogram. Looking over the past 6 years, lamb prices have consistently peaked during July before trending lower from August through December. This year appears to be following that same seasonal pattern. So, in other words, producers should prepare for increased pressure on lamb prices over the coming months. And the A2, A3 lamb carcass price remained stable at 107 Rand 43 cents per kilo, while the C2, C3 carcass increased slightly to 77 Rand 60. However, these prices could also begin to soften from August as more animals enter the market. Goat prices, on the other hand, they continue to impress. The market recorded another strong week and prices are expected to remain elevated through August. The current average are for the large goats around 54 Rand 67 cents, the smaller goats 76 Rand 23 cents, medium goats 62 Rand 22 cents. We've got the breeding females trading at an average of 58 Rand 33 cents per kilogram. Demand remains very healthy and is keeping the market well supported. The poultry market, as expected, the poultry prices have recovered after the demand has normalized after the unrest a week ago. So the current prices are trading as follows. We've got frozen chicken at 32 Rand 86 cents per kilo. We've got fresh chicken at 38 Rand 88 cents. And we've got IQF chicken at 35 Rand 57 cents per kilogram. The outlook for poultry remains relatively positive. Prices are expected to remain stable through July and August before gradually strengthening again from September as seasonal demand builds towards year end. Our egg market softened this week. The national average price for graded eggs declined to 22 Rand 39 cents per dozen, while ungraded eggs eased to 17 Rand 13 cents per dozen. Locally, the bacon pigs declined 1% to 30 Rand 21 cents. Porkers dropped 2% to 31 Rand 40 cents. Sausage pigs fell 2% to 24 Rand 57 cents per kilogram. Now, looking into the feed market remains relatively quiet. We've got Lucerne prices, which were unchanged this week. Grade 1 was at 4,200 per ton. Grade 2 was at 3,800 Rand per ton. And the premium grade was at 4,900 Rand per ton. Most producers have already secured their winter feed, so leaving the market relatively subdued. Early indications suggest that the first new season Lucerne cuttings could become available by mid-August due to the relatively mild winter. If that happens, additional supply could begin placing downward pressure on prices. We see chopped feed also remaining unchanged at approximately 2,750 Rand per ton, although an increased production could soften prices in the weeks to come. In summary, Weaner calves continue to outperform expectations and could regain momentum later this spring. Beef prices look steady. The sheep market appears to be entering its usual seasonal slowdown. Goat producers continue enjoying exceptionally strong prices. Poultry has recovered nicely, while pork is still searching for firmer footing. And in the feed market, keep an eye on August. New Lucerne supplies could begin reshaping feed costs heading into the next production cycle. One thing, however, remains true across every livestock sector: seasonality matters, but so does preparation, right? The producers who understand these market cycles are the ones best positioned to make confident decisions before the market moves. Thank you for joining us for another GroundRules livestock market update. If you found today's insights valuable, subscribe to the channel, share this episode with your fellow producers, and join us again next week as we unpack the stories driving South African agriculture. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and remember, the best farming decisions always start with solid ground rules. Goodbye.